Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of The Arena. I'm Samson Olede. We begin with some sports business news. In the world of football, AS Roma have signed a new 2-year partnership with Italian bespoke fashion house Fendi, which will see the LVMH-owned brand kit AS Roma players for the next 2 seasons. The brand's artistic director of accessories and menswear, Silvia Venturini Fendi, has designed collections for players to wear off the field, with those to be revealed shortly before the start of the new Italian Serie A season. Now, in the world of basketball, an exclusive LeBron James trading card is expected to sell for more than $6 million at an auction this week. The one-of-a-kind card featuring the 18-time NBA All-Star, who is 37 years old, includes patches taken from jerseys James has worn in his career. The card was found after a year-long hunt among collectors during a live social media event. It came after Canadian rapper Drake bought 10 cases of the basketball cards to try to locate it. An ultra-rare signed rookie card for the 4-time NBA champion who plays for the Los Angeles Lakers broke the record for the most expensive basketball card sold last year, fetching $5.2 million. The auction for the triple logo man card, which has patches from James's Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat and Lakers jerseys, opens on Wednesday the 8th of June and closes on the 25th of June. Still talking basketball, sports and business news, a single tweet led to NBA losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and this is according to League Commissioner Adam Silver. The league was blacked out on China's CCTV for 18 months following an October 2019 tweet in support of Hong Kong protesters by Daryl Morey, then the general manager of the Houston Rockets, who is now the president of the Philadelphia 76ers. The NBA's China business is worth around $5 billion. NBA owners also have more than $10 billion invested in Chinese businesses, which is led by Brooklyn Nets owner Joseph Tsai. CCTV resumed broadcasting the NBA in March. On Friday, ratings agency Fitch gave 3 senior secured funding notes released by NBA affiliate Hardwood Funding an A rating. The notes total $417 million. Fitch cited the NBA's stable financial position, supported by the strength of the league's broadcast contracts and the underlying core economic model of the NBA, as the basis for the NBA recovering from China's blackout. Thanks for staying with us. Yes, there you had Jordan Poole draining that 50-foot, 3-footer to 3-pointer, I beg your pardon, to ensure that the Golden State Warriors took a commanding lead. In fact, it was a blowout win over the Boston Celtics in Game 2. Game 3 will be right there at Boston's home, and you can rest assured that the TD Garden will come alive in terms of the NBA Finals. It's one game apiece. It's still all to play for when it comes to the finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. It's time to talk football, and I'm being joined by Ojo Kayode, sports analyst. Ojo, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Samson. It's a pleasure to be on the show. Good afternoon, viewer.
Thank you so much for your time. Let's delve into it. The UEFA Nations League title holders, defending champions France, were in action, and yet again they dropped points. This time around, it was right there against Croatia. What do you make of the performance on the night?
Of course, it's to the French national team. It's a disappointing performance for them.
Yep.
Although they are not playing against a push-away side in the person of Croatia.
Yes.
But at least they expected for them to have bounced back after their dismal performance in their first match. But unfortunately, the penalty from Kramaric was enough to end them the draw after Rabiot has given them the go-ahead.
Looking at France, I mean, they lost their opening match, to Denmark, 2-1. Now they've lost again, rather they've drawn again, 1-1. They need to qualify from the group to be able to even participate at next year's edition of the UEFA Nations League. Remember, this would also impact on, rankings going into various qualifications, especially for Euro 2024. What do you make of the tournament right now? Is it a matter of fatigue on key players like Christopher Nkunku as well as Karim Benzema, or what exactly is wrong with the French national team?
I think, like you have pointed out, the fatigue very important. The fatigue is one of the issues that they are actually struggling with now, because their top players are not in good shape, and of course it's because of the toil of the European activities that these players are involving. So you expect that this, if not for the fatigue, they should be able to come together to play like the way we know them to play. and if they play together the way they know how we know them to play, of course you get a positive result for them. So they need to get themselves together so that they'll be able to make up in their next match to give them any hope of, qualifying, being top of this group or in this Nation League.
Okay, in the other league, other group match, we had Austria against Denmark. Denmark going away from home, recording a 2-1 victory. For the Danish national team, the last 1 year has been that of a roller coaster, it must be said, from the huge scare of Christian Eriksen's heart attack, during the Euro 2022, qualifying for the World Cup with relative ease in such a difficult group. Here they are right now, and Eriksen is back playing. So, what has been the basis for their development? Because they are the dark horses going into the Qatar 2022 World Cup.
The major part of their development is just the togetherness of this team. Okay. This team has been playing together since the inception of their coach, Lumad, who has put them all together, who has made them to be committed to the national team, to the jersey of by wearing this jersey, make them to say, okay, this is you have to give your all to it. And you have been seeing the commitment with the players, with the way they give their all. Especially when the last tournament where Eriksen had an heart attack. Yes. Now you see him come back to the field of play with the Danish team, and they are doing so well. Composing in the midfield, and then the defense is so solid, and they are putting in the goals that they need to get in maximum 3 points they need in all these matches. So that I give it to them. The togetherness, the oneness in the team is one of the key factors that you are seeing that is making them to excel now.
Okay, we have to talk about the big one. It's the clash of the Titans, if you want to call it that. I'm still talking about the UEFA Nations League. Germany against England. For the English team, they lost surprisingly to Hungary by a lone goal. Now they need to redeem themselves against Germany. It's not a difficult, it's not an easy task, rather. Do you see England getting the win over Germany?
It's going to be a tough match. Of course, like you have rightly pointed out, clash of the Titans at the Allianz Arena. So, but the last time this English national team they went to Germany the last 4 times now, they've been able to get 3 wins in those last 4 encounters. So, in fact, if you want to judge from the past matches they've played against Germany in Germany, you want to give them a nod that okay, they should be able to get a 3 points in this match. So, but you cannot take away from the fact that the German national team also they need these 3 points also for them to have a stake at the top of the group. So these two teams need these 3 points, very important. But at least you want to give a bit of an edge to the English national team.
Okay, another match we have to preview as quickly as we can is that of Italy against Hungary. Yes, it looks like a straightforward victory for the Italians, but considering where Italian football is at this moment in terms of failing to qualify for the World Cup, losing to Argentina in the finalisima 2022, considering that dismal performance as well, do you think the Italians are back at it in terms of redemption? They earned an impressive, draw against Germany just 3 days ago.
Yeah, I think the response that the Italian coach Roberto Mancini was looking out for that was what he got when they played against Germany. Yes. So I believe it won't come as a shock to them seeing the performance of the Hungarian national team, because they've seen what they have done in their previous match that they were able to do. And they will also be weary of this team. So I know that the Italian team should be able to at least surmount whatever throwing at them and get a victory tonight. It's as important for them to get these 3 points that they will be able to steady the ship of the Italian national team.
Okay, let's bring it home now. Let's talk about the African 2023 qualifiers, talking about AFCON. That's the African Cup of Nations 2023 qualifiers. The tournament is taking place in Ivory Coast, but you have qualifiers ongoing. Senegal will be at Rwanda to take on the Rwandan, and you can be rest assured that all eyes will be on Sadio Mane once again to get them through the finish line. Last time they played a 3-1 victory, Sadio Mane scored all 3 goals to emerge as Senegal's highest goal scorer ever in the history of Senegalese football, and you can be rest assured that that will continue. Still talking about African football now. It's all about the African qualifiers. Mohamed Salah now. I'm saying Sadio Mane, I'm saying Mohamed Salah. Well, forgive me, they're both Liverpool players. So Mohamed Salah was in action for Egypt against Guinea, where the Egyptians won by lone goal. But that's not the story. The story is that Mohamed Salah ignored or turned down, requests by Liverpool to have a scan on an injury he was nursing just to play for Egypt. So the Egyptian king forced his way through to play for his national team. And now the reactions, considering that Mohamed Salah has just a year left on his contract.